Okay, what's up guys? I'm back. I'm sorry my camera was freaking out there for a second. I just bought it a couple of days ago, so I really haven't got it figured out yet. What question was I on? Oh, what was my body like in the past? I was definitely an ectomorph. Like I said, I was a small kid growing up, and that's probably what has driven me to be so passionate about this, man. Like I remember looking up, I swear, man, the first bodybuilder I ever saw was Ronnie Coleman, and gosh damn, like all my friends, I could remember all of them being like, ooh, he's so gross and shit. We're like in 8th grade, one of my friend's basements on the computer just looking at stuff. But man, I loved it. Like immediately, I was like, man, I don't want to get that big, but I mean, I was like, he has to get respect from everyone. You know what I mean? So, it's probably why I fell in love with lifting, man. I just fell in love with lifting and bodybuilding, and and just the self-improvement part of it. I'm just addicted to it, man. I just want to get better. I just want to keep getting better, and that's probably, where all like my passion for it started from. Carbs post-workout with whey or just whey. Like I said before, I like to have an apple, or something, an orange. I actually used to buy dextrose online, but bodybuilding.com quit selling it, and it was real cheap, so I got it. Just got put it in there, got about 30 grams of simple sugars right after your workout, and it actually felt good, but I felt like revived afterwards. I could definitely feel it. Maybe it was placebo effect, I don't know, but for me it worked, and now I just have an apple. How often do I work out my abs, and how do I make them pop? I actually only isolate abs twice a week, as I said, and whenever I do, I only do 9 sets. I think the main, I pretty much know the main things that work abs are squats and deadlifts. You got your big compound lifts, and people don't realize this enough. Like, you really got to hit those compound lifts hard because they work your core so good. And that's, for me, that's what like makes good abs. I mean, I might be wrong, but I mean that's what I've learned, and it's definitely worked for me. It definitely makes makes my abs grow. This one says, did you pepper your Angus for Alan? Or did you pepper your Angus for Alon? I don't know, man. I guess the real question is, have you peppered your Angus for me, mate? Because you better be ready. You're pretty cheeky, mate. My meal frequency and my macro split. I eat about every 3 hours. My macro split, well, I can actually look that up real quick. Well, I'm not going to look it up. It's probably around 300 grams of protein, 250 grams of carbs, and 80 grams of fat. That's probably my guess for right now on my cup. If you had to pick your 3 favorite exercises, what would they be? And if you had to pick your 3 favorite, if you had to pick your 3 favorite exercises, what would they be? And if you had to pick 3 exercises to do for the rest of your life, what would they be? My 3 favorite exercises had to be, I really like incline. I'm a big fan of incline barbell press for chest. I love that. It just gives me an awesome pump. And I would say skull crushers and hammer curls, man. I mean that might sound like the beach muscles or whatever, but I mean it just gives you a good pump, man. I mean that's my 3 favorites. I love doing the exercises. If I pick up a dumbbell, that's what I do with it, man, just because it just feels good. You get a good pump from it. But if I had to pick just 3 to do for the rest of my life, I would say squats, deadlifts, and probably incline press. Incline press because, I would still want to have a nice chest and stuff, and I feel like that works my chest great, and it has a little bit of shoulder involvement in it too, so hopefully my delts would still be good. And deadlifts is just probably the best exercise out there. They've helped me so much with my back. And squats, just because, I mean, you gotta have nice legs. Advice on bringing up your deltoids. Like I said before, for me, really, I actually thought about it one day, and just like, I would say powerlifting for me is what did it. And I still incorporate some powerlifting into my exercises, and I powerlifted all the way through high school with football, and I really think that made my delts grow. I mean, you look at powerlifters and they all have big chest, big triceps, and big delts, and I really think that's what helped my delts develop. And I mean, I like it. I definitely would say that is a thing to do. Yeah, I'd say that's about it, man. I mean, I don't really know. I wish I could elaborate more. You can email me. What are my arm measurements and what is my arm routine? My arms are 17 inches with a good pump. I did it one day. And my arm routine is just pretty simple, man. Arms get worked a lot on back and chest day and shoulder day, So, because they're involved in all those movements, even if you try to isolate the back, I mean, your biceps are still going to hit a little bit. And especially if I'm going real heavy on back day, I'll still feel it in my biceps the next day. So, I mean, I just keep it simple. I do 9 sets on each, and that's about it. Best exercise for rear delts. Rear delts are a hard muscle to hit just because you can't see them, and it's just like, you got to have like a real mind muscle connection to be able to hit your rear delts, good. I mean, we got a machine at the rec, and I love that machine, man. I can really feel the burn on my rear delts. I think I saw a video of Branch Warren do it. You sit there, you're right there, and it's just like, a reverse fly. And I mean, bent over reverse flies, I love that exercise too. I mean, those are probably the best for hitting rear delts in my opinion. What are good foods to eat while bulking? My foods stay the same year round. My protein sources are always chicken, fish, eggs, and beef once in a while. And my carb sources are always sweet potatoes, brown rice, wheat bread, black beans, wheat pasta. Fat sources are always olive oil, peanut butter, nuts, and I'll always make sure every day I have like a salad, with some onions, tomatoes, spinach and stuff to get my vegetables in. And like I said, my meals, like I eat the same foods year round. And I've ate the same meals. I've probably eaten the same meal every single day for the past year, for each meal of the day. I just change it up just a little bit, you know what I mean? Like either, I might have chicken one day and then I'll have tilapia the next day. So, I guess while bulking, but I mean, for some other people, man, they might like to have cheat meals and stuff, but that's just not me. What is the best way to get rid of belly fat? Diet and cardio. Your diet's the biggest thing. It's definitely, abs are made in the kitchen, man. You have to have a good diet. You have to go do your research, find out what, experiment, find out what foods are good for you. And, if you have a good diet and cardio, you should be losing weight in no time. How much does it take for a skinny guy to transform their body? Like I said, it depends. Everybody reacts differently. I would say probably about the same it takes for a fat guy to get skinny. If you put the time in, you get good sleep, you train good, and you eat right, within a year you can see a big difference. You can see a difference in a month, but within a year you can be turning people's heads. Anybody can. Any advice for a beginner? I would say the best advice for any beginner is consistency. You have to be consistent in anything you do. You have to be consistent. You have to, like, I know people, man, they're so fickle. Like, you have to say, if you're going to do something, if you say you're going to do something, do it. If you can't, go to the gym, say, this week, I'm going to go to the gym 4 times a week. No, man. Not this week. You're going to do it. So if you're going to go to the gym, you're going to go to the gym 4 times a week until you're done. Or maybe until you're dead. Until you get the goal that you've set. You know what I mean? Just consistency. You gotta go to the gym. You gotta put your time in. And if you keep doing it and you do your research, then you'll see a difference. And the other thing is, I'd say just enjoy it, man. I mean, because you're making yourself better. You're making yourself a better person. So every single egg white that you have to eat that just tastes horrible, man. There's no taste to an egg white. But in every single rep that just hurts like hell, you just think, you're making yourself better. You're making yourself a better person. And then, like, maybe that'll push you through. It does for me. Any advice for a bigger back? Deadlifts. Like I said, in high school, man, I powerlifted, and I came out of high school, and I had 3 things. I had big shoulders, I had big chest, and I had big traps. And it's because, and sadly, like I said before, I didn't work legs enough. I made that mistake, like a lot of people have, and I've been working my ass off to get them to catch up. And they're getting close now. And my back was lacking too. So I've had to work hard on back and legs. And I've put a lot of time in, and it's growing. But I'd say deadlifts and variety. The back is a complex, like, muscle group. There's so many muscles back there, and you have to have variety and just keep it up. Is it necessary to take supplements to build muscle? No. But it definitely helps. The biggest thing for me with it is convenience. Yeah, it's definitely more convenient. What is your philosophy when it comes to fitness? And what are the benefits you have received so far from being in amazing shape? My philosophy for fitness is the same as my philosophy is for life. My mom and dad have always just, like, drilled in my head just to be the best person I can be, and this is a big part of it. And I just fell in love with it, and like I said before, like, every day I feel like I'm making myself a better person. So that's a big deal for me, and I take it seriously. I don't know. I guess fitness, fitness has been good for me with people and stuff. People ask me about it and stuff. I definitely get more attention from it. It's good in a lot of ways. Girls and stuff. But I don't know. There's a lot of great things about it, man. I can't even tell you. You go to a beach and everybody wants to talk to you. Everybody's got their shirt off over there. But there's bad things about it too. People will think you're a meathead, and that's the only thing. Like, I'll go into a group, and, like, I have a brain, man. I'm a smart kid. And, like, they'll think, like, that's the only thing that I can talk about. Like, if I go, like, talk to people, man, like, that's the only thing they'll want to talk to me about. And it's cool because I know a lot of things about it, so I'm comfortable talking about it. But, I don't know. There's definitely a bad thing about it, too. But, as far as good things, man, you're going to start getting recognized by a lot of people. You're going to get recognized by girls. And, I guess just respect. Wherever you go, you'll get respect. You might get people joke around with you a little bit about it. If you can roll with the punches and stuff, that's good. But definitely just respect. Am I natural? Yeah, I'm definitely natural. I don't know what to say. People always ask this and stuff, but I just haven't had a need for it yet, and I don't think I ever will. It's no disrespect to anybody that is on roids, but it's just not for me. I know they still have to work hard as hell too, but it's just not for me. I've definitely had opportunities, and anybody that says they've never been tempted is lying. Anybody that's really into it that says they've never been tempted is lying. You've been tempted, like, you know the benefits of it, but for me, it's just not necessary, man. I think I can get where I need to get for me without it. Do heavy deadlifts and squats to make your waist thicker, and do they really hit your core? Yeah, they definitely hit your core, like I said before, for sure. For me, they haven't made mine thicker. I look at all these bodybuilders that have huge muscles and tiny waists, and I know they all deadlift and squat. So, no, man, I don't think they make your waist thicker. Some people might say that, but I'd probably say they just don't want to deadlift or squat. Do I even lift? Nah, man, I don't lift. Freaking all you miskers out there. I just want to say what's up to all my miskers out there real quick. How many muscles do you work out and how many muscles do you work in a workout? I usually keep it to one muscle. You know, I do chest, shoulders, back, arms, legs. You know, I usually keep it to one muscle. Is morning cardio best, and what type of cardio do you do? I don't like it best. I definitely like to have something in my stomach for cardio, man. I mean, and I've heard things about like how you are running on like reserve, so you're just burning fat at that point. I mean, and that might be true. And I mean, I'm sure sometime in my life I'll give it a shot. But I mean, I like to have something in my stomach. I like to work out around 4 o'clock, so I have a couple meals in, and I'm just feeling good. And the type of cardio I do, I like to do high intensity interval training on the stationary bike. The reason I do that, and I'll run and go play basketball with my friends and stuff, and I'll use that as cardio sometimes, and it tears me up whenever I do. But the reason I do that is because I just know I'm going to be doing this for a long time. I'm going to be squatting and deadlifting for a long time, and I just think the stationary bike will help save my knees. I want to keep my knees healthy. We're on the last page. This guy says, I'm 17. Can you recommend me a good protein? I would say just stick to whey protein. Like I said, I don't have a specific one. It was my birthday, so I got to splurge and get some expensive protein, and I got Optimum Nutrition. I got that delicious strawberry. If you got the money, go get that, man. It tastes good. Do I lift alone? No, I don't lift alone. I always like to have a workout partner. Whenever I'm over here at WVU, I lift with a guy named Mike Gettier and a guy named Devin Smith. I've learned a lot from them both. That's the great thing about having partners. You learn a lot from them. You know what I mean? You can't learn too much about fitness, so you know I've learned a lot from both of them. And whenever I'm back home, I work out with Matt Sapp and Evan Heslop, who are my two best friends growing up. And you know, the good thing about having a workout partner, man, and this is especially true, if you're like not really bringing it one day, if you're not really into it, man, you're not bringing it one day, you have to, because you're accountable. You know what I mean? They hold you accountable. So if like I'm not really feeling it one day, but Sapp is pumped for this workout, or Mike or Heslop or Devin, then like I have to bring it, because if not, then I'm going to cramp their style, I'm going to kill their mood, I'm going to ruin their workout. So I mean, that's a great thing about it, man. It keeps the intensity up. I love having a workout partner. What does your back routine look like? Well, actually, Alon's about to post it in a week, and I actually just posted it on my Facebook page if you want to look at it. I always like to get a deadlift in. Oh, a deadlift. Every once in a while I'll do rack pulls, but I mean usually deadlift. I like to start out with wide grip pull-ups, because I mean my back is thick, but I mean I'm trying to really work on my width, and so I like to get wide grip pull-ups, deadlift. Let's say T-bar rows. They help with your thickness. I mean T-bar rows are a great exercise. Some dumbbell rows or some barbell rows, shrugs, and then the type of pull down. Whether it be with the T-bar pull down or whether it be with the wide grip pull down. Just one of them. And that's usually what my back exercise consists of. I usually get done with it in about 15 minutes. Usually about 16 sets. How did you get so gorgeous? I don't know, I guess my parents, but thank you. I guess I can turn this into an actual answer. I think anybody, man, anybody can, this, everybody uses the point scale, 1 through 10. You know what I mean? 1 through 10. And I was watching this movie the other day. I was watching Pineapple Express. Great movie. If you haven't seen it, go rent it. It's a great movie. It's hilarious. And James Franco is in this movie. And man, he's a good-looking guy. But I mean, in this movie, he is a solid 2 out of 10. Just because the way they have him, he looks like he hadn't showered in 3 days, and he just looks horrible. And then, like, you see him on Saturday Night Live, they get him dressed up as James Dean, and I mean, he's looking like a freaking 10 out of 10 would wife, or would husband, I guess. So, so I guess, like, if you just got to keep yourself clean. Like, I mean, you go get a haircut. Don't be afraid that your friends are going to make fun of you. Go through a magazine and get a good haircut. Keep yourself clean. Make sure your teeth are white. Keep a tan. Stuff like that. And anybody, even if you're 2 out of 10, man, everybody can raise himself a couple points. Well, I guess this guy says I have a wide back. I've been trying to work on it. So thank you. But he says, you have a very thick, wide back. What are your max deadlifts and rows? And this is the very last question, guys. So thanks for sticking around. Sorry if I made this too long. I just wanted to answer all the questions. I want to answer them all good for you guys. So, it says, and I've actually never maxed out completely on deadlifts. But I mean, I've lifted heavy. The highest I ever got on deadlift, I got 475 for 6. So whatever that max out would be, I actually think I calculated it one time. I can't remember. I think I might have been like 565 or something like that. So I mean, I guess we could say 565 if those calculation things are correct that they have online. But and for my rows, I've done 225 for 8 before. But I mean, I've went a lot lower on my rows lately just because I noticed I wasn't having the best form, and I need to have good form on this, so I went lower. But yeah, 465 for 6 would be that. So I just want to thank you, all you guys, for everything. This whole experience has been great for me. I'm just really trying to get my name out there, and it's been awesome. So thank you for everybody who commented, everybody who's watched the videos, and everybody who's liked my Facebook page. And thanks again to Along Goodbye. It's been awesome for me. I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you guys kick ass in the gym today. And enjoy it. Have a good day. Later, guys.